More and more boats were tied up with nothing to do. Many were abandoned and simply sank on their moorings. Nearly every old boat on the river today was at one time an abandoned wreck. This was the Amphibious in 1979, an unrecognisable hulk on the bottom of the Port River in Adelaide. Today she's getting close to being fully restored. Peter Teakle's determined to keep the Amphibious going for many more years because of a fascination with her history.
She was built in 1875 in Melbourne, dragged by oxen and logs across the Yarra Bridge. She came through the mouth into the Murray River in 1876. She had 10 years doing cargo work. Turn of the century, she went out through the mouth again, became a ketch operating in the Gulfs. Then in 1948, she was converted into a showboat on the Port River, and she did her nightly cruises as a restaurant and dance boat. Then opposition, the Lady Chelmsford came from Sydney, and it put her out of business and she went broke. So she sank in the Port River and was derelict.
Yeah, anyway, I went to the Marine Harbours and said, look, this old Amphibious, what's going on with it? And they said, oh, well, do you want to buy it? Anyway, they sold it to me for the back wharfage that was owed on it, which was $52. And that's when the money started, that's when the last time I paid it the cheapest price for her.
Dick Bromhead has spent much of his life saving old riverboats. He lives on the river in this one, the Decoy. She was built in Scotland and was a grand old lady. The restoration of the Decoy is on Dick's long list of things to do. His first major rescue was the Amphibious.
Yeah, what I did was, basically she used to show at every tide, and I pulled out the old gunnel posts on her and put sticks in, bought some old cheap flooring board and made a fence around her, made it sort of semi-watertight. Got land of the Fireys on their practice day and we pumped her out and up she come. About 4 tonne of fish as well. Then just after that we got a commission to do the film Gallipoli with her. So we got her operational, a lot more work to the hull, got an engine in her and put some superstructure on her and off we went to Coffin Bay. Sounds easy, doesn't it?
You can't work miracles.
The same as begging around.
Yeah.
Gonna take all, mate.
You know, they're making this film and they made her like a landing barge for the film. And we had to go on the beach with her there in what they call Farm Cove. And I still remember the boss coming down and saying, oh, well, you can leave now, Dick, we're finished with you. And he's standing next to the bow of the boat. And I said, oh, well, you know, she's on the hard a bit, you know. I don't think we'll get off till about midnight when the tide comes in. He said, oh, I've got 500 people here on the beach, we'll push you off. I said, oh yeah, well I don't think they're going to find enough places to push. But yeah, we nearly got wrecked that night. We ended up with 4 holes in the bottom. The tide came up and the wind came with it. And, yeah, we managed to get off the beach eventually.
Here I am up a river, paddle steamer I ride, dodging the mud banks, churned up inside.
The TV series The River Kings was the next stroke of luck for Dick Bromhead and the Amphibious. He was approached by the program's producer Rob George to redesign the Amphibious into a paddle wheeler.
Paddle steamer, take me on home.
They renamed it the Lazy Jane.
Rob came to me and said, what can you do with this boat, Dick? And I said, Robert, it's a blank page. We can do what we like. So I designed the boat for him very quickly. We did it all in 5 weeks, the whole thing from design to actually operational vessel. Luckily I had most of the machinery already for her. We really enjoyed doing the film. It was great. It was fantastic working with the industry and that. And the old actors, they were just brilliant. Yeah, all vaudeville men, they were tremendous.
Charlie?
Yes, Copper?
I want breakfast laid in the saloon as soon as we reach midstream.
I'm not a chook. I don't lay breakfast. Okay, no worries. I get the picture.
Cast off far enough!
Paddle steamer, paddle steamer, take me on home.
And then there comes a time, you know, that you have to let go. You get to the point where the thing's beautiful, but it's getting away from you. And what Amphibious needed was a millionaire, and luckily she got one.
We only just saved her. The first time we slipped her, and we've got a 4-year program, we're into year 2. First time we slipped her, we broke her keelson, and the engineer put his foot through the hull. The only thing that was keeping her afloat was the actual water pressure on her hull. As soon as we put her on the slip, that pressure wasn't on it, and she literally fell apart around the bow. I was told by the shipwrights to treat her as a rotten egg. So the first thing was to stabilise the hull. And we've basically rebuilt the hull. It's got 2.5-inch thick river red gum timbers. They're bolted to steel frames. So we've replaced all of the timbers, the steel frames, her keelson and her chine. So really the underwater section now is as good as the day she was built, and I believe that will last her another 100 years without any trouble.